Big decisions have to be made, and it's a big week coming up next week as we get ready and get closer to the next Fed meeting. Of course, we've come to know that everything the Fed does impacts the markets, whether it's stocks or crypto. We know that. But upcoming this week, of course, today, Monday, kicking things off. Here tomorrow on Tuesday, we're going to get some interesting data. Nothing here today, but we got new home sales, consumer confidence coming out. FHFA home price index. We've got then on Wednesday, we've got some interesting things here happening with durable goods orders, advanced wholesale inventories. Thursday's a really big day. GDP Q1, initial jobless claims, pending home sales, continuing jobless claims as well. Friday, we've got the employment cost index. We've got then personal spending. PCE index will be something very, very important to watch. Core PCE index is also important. And then next week after that, that is going to be a major, major event as we're going to get a ton of information and we're going to hear from the feds. Now, the feds are going to sit and talk to us, well, talk amongst themselves, and then obviously J-Powell talk to us May 2nd, May 3rd, and that'll be coming up about a week from now. So again, we did not hear from them in April. Now, I want to take you inside this article because this is very interesting. What could the Fed's next rate move do? And which data could be important to watch here? The latest U.S. figures on growth, inflation, and wages will be released in the coming week. Some of the final marquee reports the Federal Reserve will have in hand before its May policy meeting. Of course, some of those we just went over. The government will release its initial estimate of first quarter gross domestic product, expected to show consumer spending got off to a pretty solid start to start the year. It'll also confirm that inflation remains too high, particularly the core measure that excludes food and energy prices. Now, Fed officials will probably be more interested in monthly data when the personal consumption expenditures price index for March comes out the next day. Of course, we're going to be watching that later this week. And that'll be compared to March 2022. Now, when energy prices spiked after Russia invaded Ukraine, the core figure should stay quite elevated from that. So we're probably, taking all this information in with employment cost index, which will likely show wages and benefits still rising at a pace too strong to be consistent with 2% inflation. Fed policies will probably tilt toward another quarter point interest rate hike at their May 2nd, May 3rd meeting. So that is what we're expected to get, guys, another 25 basis point hike. And, of course, to round out the week, data will be released on U.S. inflation expectations. That's before we hear from the feds. If underlying inflation is indeed running at 4 to 6% pace, even a peak Fed funds rate of 5.25% is barely sufficient. Nonetheless, recent Fed speak points to a shared sentiment on the FOMC that the end of the current tightening cycle is near, with a strong hint toward one last 25 basis point hike at the May meeting. So this could be our last big drop in terms of information from the feds, and maybe this is the end of the tightening cycle. Let me know what you guys think about this down below. We will be keeping tabs on it for you, as always, and appreciate you guys for stopping back by the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe down below. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any content we put out right here every single day. Have a fantastic one. See you in the next video.